Hi, Mr. C here in the shop. Just want to finish up the last panel for the Advanced Woods project that we're going to veneer. Now again, the top piece here, this is 44 inches in length and 16 inches wide, and it has the mortise holes for the top. But I wanted to make sure that you see this just one more time, and it's a little bit larger, so I want to see how it should be handled. But again, one of our first steps is we place one piece on top of the other. We make sure that they're flush on both sides, they're equally on, and then we go ahead and draw our pencil line of the rectangle on the inside because we don't want to have any glue in there. So this is one way for us to make sure we don't get any glue in that area, because it'd be very difficult to tell when I pull this off one sheet on the other sheet where that would be, that location would be. So it's just a lot easier to go ahead, take a pencil, mark that off, make sure you're all set. Now I want to go ahead, like I said, make sure I get enough glue on here where I don't have to worry about this ever delaminating. I'm going to stay away from that mortise. So here I have all the glue going on here. It looks like all around the edges it should be pretty good. Just want to make sure I get a little bit more right here, just to make sure I don't have any issues later. So now I'm going to take this piece, place this one on top. And my wet towel here. Now I want to go ahead and use my clamp. Make sure this is flush. Make sure the ends are flush. Had a little bit of squeeze out already, that location. Just working my way down. So that should be enough. I'm going to go ahead and flip this up, and I'm going to want to move relatively fast with this. So I'm going to go ahead and start here in the center. And remember, these are called parallels or hand screw clamps, and I want to try and have them, I want this surface right here, this surface right here on both sides touching along the whole thing, so that way I know pressure is equally distributed along the whole thing. I'm going to go ahead and take this clamp off because it's not going to go anywhere. I'll take this one off, this end. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this. Now this will allow for me to go ahead and put the clamps on this side. Clamp here. And like everything, whenever I'm putting these on, I'm double checking to make sure that I'm getting full clamping along the whole surface. That way I know I'm not going to have any gaps, because when we go to put this in the vacuum press, we want to make sure that we don't have any areas that are not on the same plane. That's where another thing is that's why we like to use MDF, because it's a product that's completely flat. Irregularities are pretty rare to happen instead of MDF. And remember what I was saying is there's no such thing as too many clamps. So, now I'm going to look for any type of squeeze out, wipe that off. I have one little spot that I'll show you that was in the mortise that we want to take care of and remove. Okay? So, I'm going to take this and place this down. I'll show you all of your panels. Okay. So, here's a leg panel. A leg panel. This is the bottom plate, and then your top. So here's all your plates or your panels that you need for your project. Remember, you have about 5 to 7 minutes whenever you use the PVA glue. So make sure you clean up your mess after you're done. And remember, it's best to have all the clamps out in front of you before you start your job. As you can see, we use a significant amount of hand screw parallel clamps to do this job. I hope that this turns out great, as well as you guys designing up the veneer. I'm anxious to see what veneer pattern you comes up with. I think that you're going to do a phenomenal job. And until next time, I'm Mr. C in the shop. We'll see you later, okay? Bye.